1996 was a year of big stars, big budgets, and some spectacular failures. Studios were throwing money at every genre: buddy comedies, thrillers, kids' movies, even chimpanzee baseball dramas, hoping for the next blockbuster. But not everything hit the mark. In fact, some of these films didn't just underperform, they crashed and burned. We're talking about the movies that had everything going for them. A-list actors, famous directors, massive marketing, and still couldn't bring in the numbers. So grab your popcorn and maybe a refund as we count down the top 10 box office bombs of 1996. The biggest flops, near misses, and cult curiosities that they would probably like you to forget. Number 10, The Associate.
Kind of a new look.
Well, honey, it's what I live for.
I hope so. It's gotta be distinguished, rich, powerful, old, and male.
Well, now it's getting interesting.
White.
White?
Yeah, he's gotta be white.
Oh,
In The Associate, Whoopi Goldberg stars as a brilliant financial analyst trying to make it on Wall Street, only to find out that talent means nothing if you're not an older white guy in a suit.
I train you and you take my promotion?
Hey, you got screwed.
So she creates one, literally. To be taken seriously, her character invents a fictional business partner, a crusty, unseen male executive who becomes the face of her success. It's a clever concept, and it worked in the 1979 French original, which itself was actually based on a 1928 novel, but this version, not so much. Released in October of 1996, The Associate opened at number 6 and never recovered. It grossed just $12.8 million against a reported $25 million budget, making it a clear box office flop. And to be blunt, the movie just doesn't work. Despite Whoopi's charisma, the execution is flat. The tone is all over the place and the comedy feels half-baked. Good idea, bad follow-through. Number 9, the Tom Arnold trifecta.
Tom Arnold is stupid.
1996 wasn't just a bad year for Tom Arnold, it was an all-out cinematic disaster. Somehow he starred in 3 different comedies that all bombed spectacularly. Let's start with Big Bully.
Now they're all grown up.
I hope that hurts.
A dark buddy comedy where Tom Arnold plays a bully, forced to reconnect with his childhood victim, played by Rick Moranis, in one of his final live-action roles before stepping away from Hollywood. The tone was weird, the laughs were light, and audiences stayed away. Budget, $15 million. Box office, around $2 million. Then there was Carpool, where Arnold plays a desperate dad who hijacks a van full of kids. It was supposed to be wacky hijinks. It ended up being one of the lowest-grossing wide releases of the year. It made just $3.3 million on a $17 million budget. And finally, The Stupids.
They call them dangerous. They call them The Stupids.
The title kinda says it all. Arnold plays the head of a cartoonishly clueless family who think garbage men are part of a sinister conspiracy. That film somehow cost $25 million to make and barely made $2.4 million back at the box office. That's not a flop, it's a financial faceplant. Taken together, these 3 films form a kind of unholy trilogy, proof that you can't force a comic lead on audiences 3 times in a year and expect different results. It was the kind of losing streak most actors don't recover from, and Tom Arnold never really did. Number 8, Ed.
He's turning Jack's luck around.
Matt LeBlanc had just become a household name thanks to Friends, so naturally the next step in his career was starring opposite a baseball-playing chimpanzee. In Ed, LeBlanc plays a minor league pitcher who ends up rooming with a third baseman, who helps him win games and learn valuable life lessons. And somehow this one cost $24 million to make. Audiences weren't buying it. The film earned just $4.4 million at the box office and was slammed by the critics. It earned multiple Razzie nominations, including Worst Picture and Worst Screen Couple for Matt LeBlanc and the Chimp. It's goofy, clunky, and more awkward than charming. Number 7, Mr. Wrong.
You want it, don't you? I'll slip it to you if you have to have it.
In Mr. Wrong, Ellen DeGeneres stars as a woman who thinks she's found Mr. Right, until she realizes he's a full-blown psychopath.
How much do you think I love you?
I don't know.
Enough to break my own finger?
It's hard to say.
I do.
Okay, fine.
I can.
Oh, no, don't.
I will.
Don't do it. Don't.
Bill Pullman plays the charming turned creepy fiancé, and what starts off like a quirky rom-com quickly veers into dark, uncomfortable territory. And despite a relatively modest budget, the film still flopped, bringing in just $12.8 million at the box office. Critics weren't kind. Most slammed the wildly uneven tone and especially the lack of chemistry between DeGeneres and Pullman, which made the romance hard to buy and the comedy hard to laugh at. It was supposed to be funny. It mostly just felt off. Mr. Wrong was exactly that, for audiences, critics, and pretty much everyone else involved. Number 6, Dunston Checks In.
I'm really, really sorry. I was just trying to do my job. It was nothing personal. Do you believe me? I deserved that.
Dunston Checks In stars Jason Alexander as the manager of a fancy hotel whose life gets turned upside down when a mischievous orangutan named Dunston moves in.
Holy shit!
He must really hate the Four Seasons.
No!
Hijinks and chaos ensue. This movie was clearly aiming for a younger audience, think Home Alone but with a monkey. However, audiences weren't buying it. Despite a reported $16 million budget, the movie only brought in $9.9 at the box office. Critics weren't impressed either, calling it formulaic, flat, and not nearly as funny as it thought it was. So to recap, in 1996, two major studios released two separate chimp movies that both went belly up. Turns out monkey business just wasn't good business. Number 5, Mulholland Falls.
So this is Mulholland Falls, Jack.
You guys can't do this. This is America.
This isn't America, Jack. This is L.A.
Set in 1950s Los Angeles, Mulholland Falls is a neo-noir crime thriller about an elite LAPD squad investigating the murder of a young woman. Inspired by the real-life Hat Squad, these 4 detectives operate in the shadows, intimidating suspects, covering up secrets, and digging into a conspiracy that reaches higher than they ever expected.
We go where the case takes us.
Not if it takes you here, you don't.
On paper, this film had everything going for it. A gritty premise, moody cinematography, and a stacked cast including Nick Nolte, Melanie Griffith, Michael Madsen, Chris Penn, Jennifer Connelly, and John Malkovich. But somewhere between the period detail and the trench coats, it all fell flat. Critics were split. Some appreciated the throwback vibe, while others found it hollow. Audiences weren't interested either. It grossed just $11 million against a $29 million budget, making it one of the bigger prestige flops of the year. Stylish, sure. Memorable, not so much. Number 4, Bulletproof.
You'll always be my bodyguard, you know that.
Bulletproof is your classic 90s buddy cop setup, with a twist. Damon Wayans plays an undercover cop. Adam Sandler plays a car thief. They were once friends until the truth came out and, well, things got messy.
You're under arrest.
Years later, they're forced to team up again, this time with Sandler's character as a key witness and Wayans assigned to protect him. Despite the star power and the studio push, Bulletproof underperformed. With a $25 million budget, it earned $22 million, just shy of breaking even and far from a hit. Critics trashed it, calling it lazy and unfunny, and audiences didn't exactly show up in droves either. But here's the thing, it's not that bad. I can distinctly remember this one popping up on TV all the time. And for what it is, a goofy mid-90s buddy comedy, it's watchable. Still, not that bad doesn't pay the bills. And for Universal, Bulletproof was a swing and a miss. Number 3, The Glimmer Man.
I have something that'll completely clear up that bruise on your forehead. What bruise? That bruise.
The Glimmer Man tried to ride the buddy cop wave, pairing Steven Seagal in full whispery martial arts mode, with Keenan Ivory Wayans as 2 mismatched detectives, tracking down a serial killer known as the Family Man. It followed the classic Seagal formula: minimal facial expressions, sudden bursts of violence, and lots of spiritual mumbo-jumbo.
Take your little sensitive ponytail and your little sissy beads and get out of here.
And while it debuted at number 2 behind the First Wives Club of all things, it didn't stick around long. The movie made $41.8 million worldwide on a $45 million budget, making it a money loser. and one of Seagal's last major theatrical releases before he drifted into direct-to-video territory. Off-screen, things weren't any better. In interviews, Wayans has openly said working with Seagal was not a pleasant experience, citing ego clashes, lack of professionalism, and a downright strange behavior. In the end, the Glimmer Man didn't shine, it just kind of flickered, then vanished. Number 2, Multiplicity.
Wait a minute. What do you mean she wanted to go to bed? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? You know what I mean. What do you mean? Did you have sex with my wife? No! Did you? No! Douglas, no! I certainly did not.
This movie had everything going for it. Michael Keaton in multiple roles, Ghostbusters director Harold Ramis at the helm, and a clever sci-fi comedy premise. An overworked man clones himself to get more done, only to find out that more Keatons doesn't mean fewer problems. It's goofy, it's high concept, and it leans hard into physical comedy and mistaken identity. But despite all that talent, Multiplicity bombed badly. It grossed just $21 million on a hefty $45 million budget, making it one of the year's more painful misfires. Critics were mixed. Some appreciated Keaton's versatility, but others felt the film wore out its welcome fast, with the central gag stretched too thin over nearly 2 hours. It's not a terrible movie, it just didn't land with audiences. And in a summer packed with blockbusters and bigger comedies, Multiplicity quickly became forgettable. Too many clones, not enough laughs. Number 1, The Fan.
Where's Bobby? Where's my home run? What? Curly! Where's my son? Where is he? I don't know. I guess he's in that big stadium in the sky.
Rounding out the list is The Fan, a psychological thriller that stars Robert De Niro as a dangerously obsessed baseball fan and Wesley Snipes as a superstar athlete caught in the crosshairs. Directed by Tony Scott, known for Top Gun and True Romance, the film is slick, moody, and intense, with plenty of rain, shadows, and increasingly unhinged monologues. Critics were cold on it, and audiences didn't show up in the numbers Columbia Pictures was hoping for. Despite big names and a summer release, The Fan pulled in just $42 million on a $55 million budget, which made it a commercial flop. But here's the thing, I actually love this movie. It's tense, it's stylish, and De Niro goes all in on the kind of role that only works when he's fully committed. It's not a perfect film, but it's a fascinating one, and it deserved a better reception than it got. So yeah, The Fan struck out at the box office, but in the cult movie world, it's still hitting home runs. So there you have it, 10 movies from 1996 that aimed for box office glory and face-planted instead. Some of these had potential, some became cult favorites, and others, well, mostly just sitting in the bargain bin collecting dust and regret. But hey, every flop has a story, and sometimes failure is more interesting than success. Let me know in the comments if you actually saw The Stupids in theaters. As always, thanks for watching. More flops, failed sitcoms, and Hollywood oddities are coming soon.